rain, strong winds lashing Long Island and Bahamas. And the Category 1 hurricane makes its way through with 80-mile-per-hour winds and even higher gusts.
And take a look at this view from a balcony in Great Exuma. It shows winds thrashing palm trees along the beach last night. We have team coverage this morning as the storm gets closer to South Florida, starting with Weather Authority meteorologist Julie Durda with the latest track. Good morning, Julie.
Hi, guys. Yeah, good Saturday morning. I hope you all were listening to me all week long, each and every morning. I actually started talking about the system, how to pronounce the name Isaias on Monday. So tracking the system closely for you to get you and your family ready for whatever the system may bring. As of this morning, we've already seen some tropical storm force wind gusts reported in parts of Miami-Dade from the outer bands of the system. Now, keep that in mind. Look how far the system still is from us. It's about 80 miles southeast of Nassau. That's as of the 5 a.m. advisory. Taking a look at the winds at 85 miles per hour, the pressure 988 millibars. It's slowed down. It's now moving to the northwest at 12 miles per hour. One thing we're obviously paying attention to is the timing and how close this system is to South Florida, Central Florida, as it's making its way up our east coast of the state. So it looks as though, since they're slowing it down, this system will actually be impacting us at the worst of the time would be around tomorrow morning at 2 a.m., maybe a little bit earlier as it does approach the coastline. That'll be the closest approach we are expecting from the system. That's as of now. Remember, this is a new forecast cone, so timing it out. It looks as though this afternoon the system heads towards the west-northwest. We still have parts of northeastern Broward County highlighted in this forecast path. Saturday night, we'll definitely be feeling the effects of the system the closest to Fort Lauderdale and then going into West Palm Beach. You can see they are expecting the possibility, if the system does push a bit more west on the western fringe of this cone, to possibly hug parts of the central portions of our state right around 2 a.m. and then going into 2 p.m. we'll notice the system will jog more towards the north. So watches and warnings, there are a lot of them out there for you to be prepared. This is not to scare you. This is just to prepare you. Hey, we're used to this here in South Florida. Let's break it down. We have tropical storm watches and warnings in effect, as well as a hurricane watch and warning. One thing I do want you to pay attention to, from Boca Raton all the way down towards Hallandale Beach, there is a hurricane watch in effect. Just north of that, there is a hurricane warning in effect. Now, with that said, that means we are expecting the possibility of hurricane force winds and conditions in the next 36 hours, which obviously it's going to be a little bit closer. So conditions are favorable to see winds with speeds of over 74 miles per hour gusting in towards possibly the 90s. Now, as we go to the rest of the watches and warnings, for the rest of Broward County, under a tropical storm warning, so Coral Springs, Fort Lauderdale, Weston, Miramar, Hollywood. One thing I just noticed, that forecast cone has shifted a bit more eastward. Earlier this morning, it did have Coral Springs and Fort Lauderdale highlighted. With that said, this system is so large and it's so close to us. Let's just prepare for tropical storm force winds. What are those? Wind speeds of anywhere between 39 to 74 miles per hour, and obviously gusting from time to time. So tropical storm warning continues from Aventura, from the metro coastal areas of Miami-Dade all the way down to Key Biscayne, and then inland we're under a tropical storm watch. That's basically the newest information on the cone, as the system is expected to stay as a Category 1 hurricane. Winds of 85 miles per hour. The closest approach for us will be tonight into tomorrow morning. So again, the definitions: a tropical storm watch, winds of 39 miles per hour to 73 miles per hour. That could possibly happen inland. And then a tropical storm warning near our coast is typically expected as the system is going to approach us going into tonight and tomorrow. That hurricane watch you heard me talk about for Hallandale Beach all the way up to Boca Raton, winds of 74 miles per hour are possible. And this is all the guidance from what we're expecting from the actual size of the system and what the data is telling us how far out the tropical storm force winds reach. So you can see right here, I'm highlighting it right around here. We've got tropical storm force winds that extend out from the center over 180 miles. So watch what happens as the system does move towards the west. See, the closest approach will be tonight into tomorrow morning. Tonight, right around 10 p.m., right around Fort Lauderdale and towards portions of northeastern Miami-Dade. Could deal with tropical storm force winds, but you notice that the hurricane gusts that come out of that center will still be offshore. With that said, the closer the system gets, obviously, the more impacts are going to be felt for central portions of Florida. I'm going to have more on this and actually take a look at the winds we're dealing with right now coming up.
Thanks a lot, Julie. Remember to download the Local 10 Hurricane Survival Guide. It includes everything from a supply checklist to evacuation zones and shelters. You can find that guide on our website, local10.com. Just look under our hurricane section.